What's your favorite memory so far?
Just being in wrestling, man. Just being in wrestling and meeting all great people.
You've trained a lot of people. You've influenced many more. What's your favorite part of training people?
Tell you the truth, I just showed them the basics and they went on, man. I ain't do nothing great. Just had fun with them, that's all. And, you know, they're more like my family, my new family.
You were trained by Iron Mike Sharp. What's something he taught you that you taught your students?
Basically, he taught me how to beat somebody up really bad with the chops. But it wasn't just Iron Mike Sharp that taught me. You know, I gotta give it to Bobby Piper, you know, with the Tiger Mask when he was at WWF. This guy named Pedro Rivera, I think it was. He had a school in Brooklyn. I can't remember his name, but I remember I started with them when I was like 18 or 19 years old. And tell you the truth, everything came from the heart. You know, nobody can teach you something that you love from the heart. You know, everybody had different training. You know, everybody trained different. You know, and I just took them all together and put it all together. You know.
So, what does it feel like to win championships?
It's like, you know, championships don't really mean anything to me. It's just having fun. You know, in my heart, I feel I'm a champion, matter if I win or lose. I'm just there to have fun and make sure I don't get hurt. Because I'm too old to get hurt now.
If you could pick any of your students to have your dream match with, who would it be?
All of them. Every last one of them.
Just have all of your students beat you up.
Hey, why not? It's all fun. Well, they don't hurt me because I'm old.
What is the biggest thing that wrestling has taught you throughout life that like you've applied to your real life?
Patience, kept me out of jail, and new families and friends.
How did it feel traveling the world?
It was great. I enjoy traveling the world. I mean, you know, I didn't really travel like I wanted to, but I traveled with Iron Mike Sharp. You know, I got lucky breaks.
What countries have you traveled to?
I've been to Japan, Turkey, what else? New Zealand, and Europe. Oh yeah, and I've been to West Indies.
If you could travel now, where would be your favorite place to wrestle now? Like where wrestling is just awesome.
Personally, I would love to go to Africa and wrestle in China.
Is there any big regret of something you would do over, or something you haven't done yet?
Probably get better shape and really went after everybody I can. I would probably, I can't be a scumbag, so it just didn't work with me. So no matter what, I think I did everything I love. You know, I mean, you know, you have your ups and downs wrestling, like marriage. You have your ups and downs, but it's all fun. You know, I enjoy wrestling, man. I don't care if they're one-arm guy, I'll wrestle them. I don't care. You know, I have to have no legs, and we'll have a great match. In my head, you know. I just love being in the ring.
Out of all the companies that you've wrestled for, what has been like your favorite company, like as far as experience and things like that? The fans, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but personally, it's a lot of them I enjoy. You know, I mean, the older I got, the more companies like, you know, Jersey All Pro was my heart, but you know, things happen other ways. NWA New York was my favorite. You know, I had mad fun with them. You know, thanks to Rick O'Brien, he really let me shine when everybody else wasn't letting me shine. You know, there was no black champions in NWA when I started. I believe I was the first black NWA champion.
how does that make you feel to know that?
You know, I feel it's okay, but you know, it's a shame that, you know, there's like thousands of people that wrestle for NWA. I shouldn't be the first one. They say I'm the first one. I haven't looked up history. You know, but if I am, you know, it's just a shame that I'm the first one. Because there are a lot of great wrestlers out there, man. Should be a heavyweight champion for NWA.
Where do you see yourself in wrestling for the next 35 years?
Still in the ring, I hope, unless God kills me in the ring.
What do you have anything else that you want to like kind of prove it even to yourself? You know, just like, you know, someone you want to wrestle, an experience that you want to have that you've maybe not had in these past 35 years?
Basically, I would love to go one-on-one with Iron Mike Sharp, you know, before he passed. I mean, I would love to wrestle Sharp. I mean, he chopped the hell out of me, bro, but I loved it, man. You know, just being in the presence with him, you know. I would love to wrestle Adrian Streets, Adrian Adonis, you know, but I don't have the opportunity, you know. I met them, we hung out, but we never got in the ring together, you know. I enjoy wrestling. I don't care who I wrestle. As long as I'm having fun, I go home not hurt.
Is there like a wrestler, an up and coming wrestler now that you see that you kind of want to take a crack at?
There's a lot of them, man. I like that.
Just name a few.
I like that kid, Sebastian Cruz. I would like to really tell you the truth. I would love to get down with Loki. You know, I mean, we fought against each other. We teamed up with each other, but we never had that real one-on-one match. And I would love to have that one-on-one match with Loki and Homicide. You know, I like to get with the whole Latino family, the LAX, except for Coleman. You know, I don't think he's gonna wrestle. But I mean, truthfully, I love them all. I even love I think I like to do one more run with Roach. Well, knowing that Eric Curtis.
Eric Corvus, yeah.
I know him as Roach and Eric. But I think I would love to do one more run with him before he hangs up his boots. You know?
Is there anything that you have for any advice that you can give for up and comers?
Personally, I think they all should know what old school wrestling is. They should learn from what old school before they jump into the new wrestling. Because, you know, wrestling changed by the years and centuries, you know. I think they all should know where it started from, know your history about wrestling. You know, I'm not saying, oh, who was the first black wrestler, who was the first white wrestler. Just know the basics of wrestling. You know, I think everybody should stop being a superstar when it's time to help take down a ring. I think everybody should go in it, especially when you're a veteran and you're breaking down the ring or putting the ring up. That shows that this guy got passion for wrestling. You know, that he's a wrestler. You should follow them steps.
Hey everybody, my name's Matt Stryker. I've been in this great wrestling game for almost 18 years. It wasn't always this easy, and everyone knows that wrestling is changing, whether for the better or for the worse. But there's one thing that remains constant. The people in this sport. Those are the people that, in my opinion, the good ones, they don't change. There's an old saying that I love wrestling, but wrestling doesn't love you. That's not the case tonight, because Magic, everyone that has ever been touched by you in a good and positive way, they all say the same thing. I love that guy, and it's because of your heart. It's because of the fact that when, as a young wrestler training, when they would beat guys up and send them away, you'd always be the first one to say, hey, why don't you come on back? Why don't you train with me? Your heart is as big as any heart I've ever known. And here's something that I know it might be politically incorrect. For a blue-eyed white kid to walk into the doghouse under the L train in Brooklyn, New York, for a blue-eyed white kid to walk into Bayonne, New Jersey, to walk into that locker room, do you know the first person that pulled the chair up and said, hey, come sit with me? It was you. And I'll never forget that. You see with your heart, not with your eyes, and the entire world can take a lesson from you. They're trying to divide us. They're trying to make us hate one another on the news. Turn it off and look into the eyes of someone like Magic. And if you can find hate in your heart, then something's wrong, because Magic is love, and that's why we're here. Magic, I love you. This is Matthew talking to Andrew, not Stryker talking to Magic. You're a good man, and now everyone knows it.
Magic, I mean, where do I start about the guy? There's so many things I could say. But if there's one piece of advice that he gave me and I continue to use, not just in wrestling, but in life in general, is continue to grow, always learn, always take away everything possible from any kind of situation. And that's something that has benefited us in our careers. You know, we continue to move around and learn from everyone and just quest to be the best. And when we say that, quest to be the best, that's from Magic. Yeah, man, this dude, he's an amazing figure, and the fact that he's still going at it amazes me, and so many others. So Magic, thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. I love you so much, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Hey there, this is Jeff Yeager, also known as Soy Boy, also known as Jay Free. I just want to send my love to Magic as we celebrate 35 years of Magic. Coming into the business when I was about 16, 17, training in New Jersey. One of the first legends I met in the independent scene was Magic at BWO, Body Slam Wrestling. And Magic's always been a real awesome guy. There needs to be more people like him in this business. Shout outs to Magic. Here's to another 35 years, and let's celebrate. Big ups to the homie.
I'm Tom Robinson, and I wrestle as the Chiller Miles Thomas. I met Magic back in 2001 when he was the head trainer at JAP, and I decided to go to pro wrestling school. I'll never forget the time that Magic decided we were going to learn how to do chops, and so like an idiot, I jumped to the front of the line. He pushed my head back like this, and he's like, first you throw a big forearm, boom, he smashed me over the chest with his forearm, and then he said, now you tilt their head back, protect their chin. He came overhand, chopped me so hard that I fell, my chest started to bleed, and my ears were ringing, and everyone was like, ooh. My mom didn't want me to go back after that, but I kept going back. You know, Magic, after high school, was the first person to teach me something, kind of like a professor. And I went on to college, and now I'm actually not at the show because I'm getting my PhD in meteorology. This is the science that I actually have done. But I'll never forget those first lessons that Magic told me, and I truly appreciate him as a teacher and as a friend.
My name is Scott Cerruti. I am a ring announcer, commentator, podcaster, and a wrestling fan. And when I started seriously coming to wrestling shows, Magic was always there. And he was always the first one with a handshake and a hug. How you doing? How's everything? And I gotta say, from the time I came into the business, which was back in November, ring announcing, it was October for commentary, but Magic was always the easiest guy to work with, always quick with the info. And I remember specifically one time he came in and I asked him if we were doing the usual for him, and he goes, yeah, you know, the usual, just you know what to do, take care of me. And comes time for his match, and I announce him as being from the nearest buffet, weighing in at 350 pounds, and he comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder, and he says, no, it's 374 pounds. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And that's been something that's resonated with me as I continue on in the business. I love Magic like a brother, and he's always been there for me if I ever needed anything. And this one's for you, Magic. Happy 35 years.
What's going on? This is Steve Mossamack here. As you can see, at the Jersey All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Studios. Big part of Jersey All Pro Wrestling is Andrew Magic Morgan, someone who I personally owe so much of my career to. If it hadn't been him giving me a shot when nobody else wanted to give me a shot and give me a chance to shine against him in a match in Bayonne at Charity Hall way back when, who knows where the hell I would have been. So Magic, I just want to thank you and congratulate you on 35 years of pro wrestling Magic history. And I just want to wish you a full lifetime full of happy memories and awesome, whatever you want to call it. Just want to thank you for everything and just say that you're the best around, and thank you for everything, and you're truly appreciated.
What's up, Magic? It's your boy JPW King D, JPW Original and Hardcore Original. What is better? You're like family. You've done a lot for me and Chino, and we appreciate everything you've done. Whether you saw Magic, you saw NC-17. When you saw NC-17, you saw Magic, and no matter what company or what Fed, and whether we were fighting against you as Magic, naming a move after you called the Magic that you hated, or teaming with you as Carjacker in the Nation Immigration, we made memories, man. I love you. Love your family. And this day and age, when people just throw away people and just use people and you don't know who's real or fake, you're one of the realest motherfuckers I've ever known. I love you. Here's a Nation salute for you. Keep doing your thing.
Hey folks, this is Elax. Just want to say congratulations to Magic on his 35 years as being a wrestler. You have been a great friend in and outside of the ring. You've always kept in touch with me to see like how I'm doing through my ups and downs, and you still do. As a mentor, you have been great inspiration to me. You taught me how to do things that I didn't know I was capable of doing, as lightweight, as however you see fit. I didn't know I was capable of doing any of those flips at the time. Not anymore. But just want to say congratulations again and everything. You were also my first pro match. You broke me into the business that way. And I want to say thank you again. Just want to say much love, brother. Have a good one.
35 years. It's a really long time. A really long time in any profession. Nevertheless, one as physically demanding as pro wrestling. But that is exactly what our good friend Andrew Magic Morgan has just accomplished. 35 years and still going strong. Every time he steps through the curtain, match of the night candidate. Killing it every time. Still, after all this time. Magic, my hat is off to you, as you can see. Nothing but love and respect. We've had our professional differences in the ring. We've gone to war before, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's how it's going to be this Friday night in Avenel. You see, I don't get to share the ring with Magic, unfortunately. However, I get a great opportunity in the Magic Invitational Battle Royal. See, Lowlife Louis Ramos is in it. Never crossed paths with him. Nothing but respect. Dr. Callahan and Kakoa, oh, we're no strangers. The same thing goes. Nothing but respect. Sprinkles the Clown and everyone else in the match can respect you all as competitors and all that, but no, see, this Friday night, unfortunately, as great as you all are, I am that much greater, and it is lights off for every single one of you. Friday night, Avenel, New Jersey. Magic, this one's for you, brother.
What's going on? This is the King of Chaos, Logan Black. When trying to reflect on the career of somebody like Magic, I mean, for me, it goes back to just being a fan of the late 90s JAP and, other Northeast Indies, and just seeing him do his thing all over the place, and then actually getting into the business and meeting the man, and recognizing there's nobody out there who's got a bad thing to say about him for good reason. It's always been helpful, always been respectful, just one of those rare gems in professional wrestling of people who are just good inside and out. That's, I think, the best way to describe him. He's just a good person inside and out. So, 35 years. Here's to you, brother.
Hey, Magic, man. Thank you so much for the 35 years you put into this business. I only met you for 3 of them. You pulled me out of one promotion, and without you pulling me out, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Traveling different places, wrestling you, learning from you, getting all the things I want, all the things I need. I remember you told me when you put me in UWA Elite that when this step into this ring, you make sure you make it count. And I thank you so much, man. You've been a big help.
Hey, what's up, Magic? This is Chino. Just wanted to say what's up. I hear you're still wrestling. Get out of the ring, old man. I'm just messing with you. Keep on doing your thing. Show these young boys how it's done. Show them how to do it the right way. If I've never said it before, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done for me. In the ring or out of the ring, on the road, just, being a big brother, taking care of me. I really do appreciate that. Much love, bro. Talk to you soon.
Chaos here. Congratulations, Magic, on all your accomplishments and achievements in your 35 years in the wrestling business. From the days of Iron Mike Sharp to the legend and the icon that you've become. All the best to you, buddy.
What can I say about Andrew Magic Morgan? I can say that without Andrew Morgan, there would have been no Professor Theodore Eacher. Without Magic, there would have been no Richmond Championship Wrestling. And without Magic, I never would have gotten involved in the National Wrestling Alliance. I remember teaching summer school, and his sister was in my summer school class, and we were talking about wrestling, and she said, "My brother's in wrestling," and I said, "No, he's not." She said, "Yes, he is," and then naturally, because I knew everything, she went home and spoke to him, and the very next morning she came in and she said, "My brother's going to come up and speak to you." Well, long story short, he came up, I left the classroom and was out of the classroom. I left the kids unattended for 45 minutes. I could have been fired, no problem. I guess because it was summer school. It was no big deal. But the rest is history. Later on, as we were doing shows, Andrew became, and still is, a member of the family. My wife had gone out to go get a piece for the car. It needed to be fixed. I wasn't home from work yet. And Andrew was there. And Andrew was watching the kids. And as the lady I was driving with pulled into Forest Green, where we lived, I see Andrew pulling Jessica and Sean in the little red wagon while holding Caitlin Ann under his arms. I mean, like this, like a, I don't want to say like a sack of potatoes, but it was one of the most comedic things I had ever seen, and it shows Magic's heart and how much he would do for anyone. Later on, if there was something that I wanted or needed or asked Andrew to do as far as Richmond Championship Wrestling or NWA New York went, Andrew was there. He had no problem helping others. He had no problem setting up, breaking down. He was always there to help. Magic was Richmond Championship Wrestling. He was NWA New York. And Magic, I know coming down here to Virginia, Magic has this way of just connecting with the crowd. When he came down to Virginia to wrestle several times, the kids absolutely loved him. Magic, it's been 30 some odd years, 35 years, okay, it's wrestling. 35 years, I've got to say, it's been a hell of a journey. And I am proud, damn proud, to have known you, to know you, and that you were a huge part of my experience in wrestling. God bless you, Magic. Here's to another 30 some odd years in wrestling. Be good, or I'll smack the snot out of you, you pusillanimous pipsqueak. Be good, Andrew. God bless you and your family. Magic for life.
I'm not used to having to do this kind of stuff anymore because I am not a full-time active professional wrestler. I haven't been in over 2 years. But when I was approached about paying tribute to Magic, the man who taught me how to wrestle, the man who helped me evolve into the man that I've become today, there was no way that I could turn down that opportunity to give back, to give thanks to somebody that I care so deeply for. Once it was announced that I would be a part of this show, 2 men requested to share the ring with me. One is Anthony Gangone. Now, Gangone, I promised you that if I ever came back to wrestling, you and me would wrestle. And this is me keeping that promise. I am not by any means coming back to wrestling full time, but at least I get to keep that promise to you. And the other man is Leon St. Giovanni. This is a man that I helped break into the business, that I helped get his first opportunities, that I helped teach when he first got started. It's kind of serendipitous that I get to wrestle on a show in honor of my trainer, but I get to share it with the ring of somebody who I helped train. Now, the two of you are definitely in your prime, and I am not silly enough to think that I'm anywhere close to mine. But that doesn't mean that I can't still go. That doesn't mean that I don't still know what I am doing in there, and that doesn't mean that I am not still looking to win. We are only a few days removed from this show, Superstars of Wrestling in Avenel, New Jersey. I get to pay tribute to the man who taught me everything I know, and I get to pay tribute by putting 2 men that I respect, that I want to share that ring with, by putting them down.